The quaint town of Willow Creek held many secrets. None were more charming than the family residing at 10 Maplewood Drive. Matthew and Bella, the parents, were as normal as apple pie. Their 5 children, however, added a sprinkle of extraordinary to the mix. Luke, the eldest, was a prankster with a heart of gold. Daisy, the artist, saw beauty in everything. Leona, the bookworm, lived 1,000 lives through her stories. Susie, the athlete, could outrun a cheetah. And little Elizabeth, well, she communicated with squirrels. Add 3 dogs and a guardian angel to the equation, and you get a recipe for delightful chaos. Their house, a rambling Victorian, was always filled with laughter, the aroma of baking bread, and a touch of magic. It wasn't the kind of magic that conjured dragons or made objects disappear. It was the subtle shimmer of something special, something that made their family unique, something that made their home a haven. Life was never dull, and every day was an adventure waiting to unfold. Their family wasn't defined by blood, but by the love that bound them. It was in the shared laughter, the inside jokes, and the way they supported each other. They were a team, a force to be reckoned with, a symphony of chaos and love playing out in perfect harmony. The world could be falling apart outside, but within the walls of 10 Maplewood Drive, there was only warmth, understanding, and the unwavering certainty that they had each other's backs, no matter what. Harry, the Shiba Inu, was a furry embodiment of mischief. With his fox-like grin and a twinkle in his eye, he could convince you to hand over your cookie with just one look. He was a master of sneaking treats, hiding socks, and disappearing into thin air only to reappear covered in mud, his tail wagging innocently as if to say, "Who, me?" He had a particular fondness for digging holes in the garden, much to Bella's dismay. She'd often find him proudly surveying his work, a pile of freshly dug earth beside him, his tongue lolling out in satisfaction. He was convinced he was unearthing buried treasure, though all he ever found were earthworms and the occasional grumpy mole. Despite his mischievous nature, Harry was loved dearly. He had a knack for knowing when someone was feeling down. He'd snuggle up to them, resting his head on their lap, his warm brown eyes gazing up at them with unwavering affection. His antics never failed to bring a smile to their faces, reminding them that sometimes a little bit of mischief was all you needed to brighten your day. Missy, a gentle golden retriever, was the embodiment of love and loyalty. Her soft brown eyes held a depth of understanding that could melt the coldest of hearts. She was a calming presence in their chaotic household, a furry therapist who listened without judgment and offered a warm, comforting presence. Her days were spent following the children around, her tail wagging softly against the floor. She was their confidant, the keeper of their secrets, the furry shoulder they could cry on. She'd patiently sit through tea parties with Elizabeth and her dolls, offering the occasional lick to a spilled cup of imaginary tea. Evenings were spent curled up at Matthew's feet, her head resting on his lap as he read the newspaper. She found solace in the familiar routine, in the love that permeated their home. She was the glue that held them together, the silent observer who cherished every moment, every laugh, every tear shared within their walls. Missy, in her quiet way, was the heart of their home. Doodle, the miniature poodle, was a tiny ball of energy and endless curiosity. With his fluffy white coat and a perpetual bounce in his step, he zipped through the house like a miniature tornado. Life was an adventure for Doodle, a never-ending quest to discover new smells, new toys, and new ways to steal a treat from the kitchen counter when no one was looking. He had a particular fascination with anything that squeaked, bounced, or rolled. His collection of toys was a sight to behold, ranging from squeaky rubber chickens to tennis balls to a stuffed unicorn missing an eye. He approached everything with infectious enthusiasm, his tail wagging furiously as he explored the world with his nose to the ground. His boundless energy was both entertaining and exhausting. He had a knack for finding trouble, whether it was tangling himself in the curtains, getting stuck under the coffee table, or digging a hole in the laundry basket, much to Bella's amusement. But beneath all that fluff and energy was a heart full of love. Doodle, in his own exuberant way, brought joy and laughter to their lives, reminding them to embrace life with enthusiasm and a wagging tail. Joanna, Bella's guardian angel, was an integral part of their family. She was a constant presence, a beacon of warmth and wisdom in their sometimes chaotic lives. With her gentle smile and eyes that sparkled with celestial light, she brought a sense of peace and tranquility to their home. Her wings, usually tucked away, would sometimes shimmer into view, a reminder of her otherworldly nature. Joanna embraced their human lives with enthusiasm. She could bake a mean chocolate chip cookie, tell captivating bedtime stories, and even play a mean game of Scrabble. She had a knack for knowing when someone needed a listening ear or a shoulder to cry on. Despite her celestial origins, Joanna never made them feel like she was above them. She was one of them, their protector, their confidant, their friend. She taught them about kindness, compassion, and the importance of spreading love wherever they went. Her presence was a constant reminder that they were never truly alone, that there was always someone watching over them, guiding them through life's journey. Dinner at the Willow Creek house was an event. It wasn't just about the food, though Bella's lasagna could make angels sing. It was about the coming together, the sharing of stories, and the laughter that echoed off the walls.
Hey Daisy, want some salad?
Luke, is that a rubber spider? Oh, you're so annoying.
Luke, the resident prankster, would inevitably try to slip a rubber spider into Daisy's salad or swap the sugar with salt. His pranks were met with a chorus of groans, but even Bella had to hide a smile.
Luke, one day you'll get us all in trouble with these pranks. But I have to admit, it's kind of funny.
The dogs, sensing the commotion, would weave between their legs, hoping for a stray scrap of food. Joanna, ever the peacemaker, would try to instill some semblance of order, but even she couldn't help but chuckle at the antics unfolding around her.
All right, everyone, let's try to eat in peace, at least for a few minutes.
Joanna, can you tell us more about your celestial home?
She'd often share stories of her celestial home, of star-dusted meadows and celestial beings who drank tea brewed from moonbeams. Her stories captivated the children, transporting them to a world beyond their wildest imaginations.
Thanks, Joanna. Your stories always make dinner time special.
Dinner at the Willow Creek house was a symphony of clanging forks, barking dogs, and laughter so contagious that even the furniture seemed to vibrate with joy. It was a reminder that sometimes the most chaotic moments were also the most precious. As the day wound down, a sense of peace settled over the house. The children, exhausted from their adventures, would gather in the living room, drawn together like moths to a flame.
Let's get this fire going. Nothing like a warm fire to end the day.
Matthew would build a roaring fire in the fireplace, casting dancing shadows across the walls. Bella would read aloud from a well-loved book, her voice soothing their tired souls.
Once upon a time, in a land far, far away,
Joanna, her celestial glow soft in the firelight, would often join them. She'd teach the children about constellations, pointing out the different stars visible through the window.
Joanna, what's that bright star over there?
And what about that cluster of stars?
She'd tell them stories of celestial beings and faraway galaxies, igniting their imaginations and filling their hearts with wonder.
I want to visit a galaxy one day.
Sometimes Joanna would lead them in guided meditations, teaching them how to find their inner peace, their own celestial light.
Close your eyes, kids. Let's find our own stars within.
Her presence was a balm to their souls, a reminder that even in the darkness, there was always light to be found. The family at 10 Maplewood Drive was a testament to the enduring power of love and laughter. They were a mismatched bunch, a collection of unique individuals brought together by fate and bound by something far stronger than blood. They were a team, a unit, a force to be reckoned with. They taught each other the importance of acceptance, of embracing their differences. They celebrated their individuality while cherishing the moments they shared. They were proof that family wasn't just about who you were related to, but about the people who loved you unconditionally, who accepted you for who you were, flaws and all. Their home was a safe haven, a place where they could be themselves without judgment. It was a place where laughter was the soundtrack to their lives, where love was the foundation upon which they built their dreams. They were a testament to the enduring power of family, a reminder that even in a world that could be cold and unforgiving, there was always a place where love resided. Home. It wasn't just a place, not really. It was a feeling, a warmth that spread through your chest, a sense of belonging that went beyond bricks and mortar. It was the smell of freshly baked cookies, the sound of laughter echoing down the hallway, the comforting presence of loved ones. For the family at 10 Maplewood Drive, home was wherever they were together. It was in the shared glances, the inside jokes, the unspoken understanding that flowed between them. It was in the way they supported each other's dreams, celebrated each other's victories, and offered comfort during times of sorrow. They were living proof that love, like magic, had a way of transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. Their story was a reminder that even in a world that often felt dark and chaotic, there was always light to be found in the bonds of family, in the shared moments of joy and laughter, in the simple act of being present with the ones you loved. Their home, filled with laughter, love, and a touch of magic, was a beacon of hope, a testament to the enduring power of family, a reminder that home wasn't just a place, but a feeling that resided in the heart.